This is Squawk 7000 bringing you a roundup of aviation news this week starting February 20th in association with flyinginireland.com. Remember to subscribe and we'll deliver the news to your device every Monday morning. I'm Michael Cummin. In the headlines this week, landing slots are available for the private flyer event in Weston on April 1st. See and be seen is the theme for Funfly Aerosports this summer as they trial electronic conspicuity on their Savannah fleet. And leasing company AirCap transports nearly 13 tonnes of aid to Turkey. Private Flyer Ireland, the aviation event supported by Flying in Ireland, takes place at Weston Airport on the 1st of April. A fly-in will take part as part of the event and slots are available to book from today. They encourage visiting pilots to book their preferred time from those available. Landing slots are available at 5-minute intervals from 8:30 until 3 o'clock. And when you reserve one of these slots, it'll no longer be available to book for anyone else. They offer slots on a first-come, first-served basis, but any cancelled slots will return to the pool. So if you don't see the time that you're looking for, check back again later. Booking a landing slot is the only way to arrive by air at the event. Online bookings close on 9 o'clock on the 31st of March this year. Well, earlier I spoke with the event director Alex Ayling about the show on April 1st.
So yeah, Private Flyer Ireland, it's exciting for us to be doing a regional show for Ireland. There's been an absence of general aviation shows in the country for quite a while. You know, our business model with what we're doing with our events back in the UK is trying to service the different areas. Bringing general aviation to those regions is our way of going about it. And the brands want to meet the pilots at the end of the day. And we've given now all the dealers and manufacturers and people that provide the products and services the opportunity now to connect with the Irish GA community. There
are two ways, of course, of taking part in the event. One is to book tickets and arrive by land, but you can also arrive by air, and slots are open now.
They are. So it took us a while. We just had to work very carefully with Weston Airport. Obviously, they're undergoing some fantastic renovations at the airport, as you all know. And obviously, we just have to be a little bit patient with getting the landing slots organised, but they are now live, as you say, Michael, and better still, as we celebrate our launch event this year on the 1st of April, we are offering 50% off all landing fees. So, and with that, anyone that flies in, they'll also get direct free access into the show for themselves and their passengers once they pay the landing fee.
Now, for those people who, of course, who are not flying in, what will be some of the attractions that are there?
You know, we started with a one-day event. People do ask the question, why is it not Saturday, Sunday or a Friday, Saturday? So we wanted to start off softly, get everybody together on a Saturday, and then we can see where we go from there. But those that turn up will have the opportunity to see the big brands within general aviation, within products and services. The likes of Garmin will be there, Poolies with all the flight training equipment, and then your big brands with aviation. You've got Cirrus, Tecnam, Piper, Robinson, Airbus helicopters, Bell Flight, Shark Aero from the Slovak Republic. That's a nice one to have on board. That's just to say a few. You've got brokers there as well selling pre-owned aircraft with WF Aviation and Lone Mountain. So everyone will have an opportunity to engage with what's the latest equipment out there, plus some industry seminars that will be provided as well by our partners, PPL IR Europe.
And a simulator challenge.
So, Michael, very well identified. There'll be a simulator challenge on the day. So we like the pilots to try and test their skills. There will be some prizes on offer, which will be announced just slightly closer to the time. We'll be working with National Flight Centre with that, see if we can try and come up with some more challenges as we get closer to the show. It's supposed to be a fun day out, and whilst doing it, it's also a good opportunity to connect with those brands.
I noticed a suggestion that maybe some of the pilots flying in might make sure their airplane's looking well.
Absolutely. Again, as part of what we're trying to jazz up the event, those that look after their aircraft with great colour schemes or have interesting aircraft themselves, we are doing a concours d'elegance. So our marshallers on the day will be identifying that lucky winner. And again, a prize will be on offer. I think last year what we've done with the UK shows, we gave away a Bose 820 headset. A similar prize, I'm sure, would be on offer for that lucky winner.
So the 1st of April this year at Weston Airport. If you're flying in, book your slots now. And if you need to get tickets, where are they available?
So yes, you can go directly to the website. It's www.privateflyershow.com/Ireland. And then on there, you'll be able to have access to booking tickets or alternatively booking your flying in slot.
And Alex, you have a special incentive for Squawk 7000 listeners to get themselves to Weston on the 1st of April.
Absolutely. We'd love to see as many pilots or general aviation enthusiasts as possible. So with that, currently, if you book online, you get a €5 discount anyway. So €15 becomes €10. We're going that bit further. So Squawk 7000 listeners get the complimentary entry. If they use the code PFF160, then there's a promo code. It will knock off the €10 fee online and give you free entry to the show.
Alex, a terrific event. We look forward to seeing you there. And Squawk 7000 will be there on the day as well, gathering some of the stories. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Alex Ayling there, the event director for the event at Weston on the 1st of April. And that code again to get your complimentary tickets exclusively for Squawk 7000 listeners is PFF160. Electronic conspicuity, or EC, has become a hot topic in the general aviation industry in the last couple of years. The idea is to make your aircraft electronically visible to other aircraft and ATC using technology such as transponders, FLARM, SkyEcho and other equivalents. The UK CAA has a rebate scheme where pilots can receive 50% back up to £250 to encourage the use of EC devices. Unfortunately, the authorities here have not made a similar option available. Funfly Aerosports Flying Club has just begun testing the SkySafe app on their Savannah fleet based at Clonbelogue. They've fitted 4 of their aircraft with an iPad running Sky Demon as an interface to display traffic around the aircraft. The basic SkySafe app is free to use, but to take advantage of some integrations such as Sky Demon, the premium version is required, which is $29.99 per year. While as the club instructors are keen to remind pilots technology doesn't replace a good lookout, but knowing where to look to identify traffic boosts flight safety. With SkySafe running in the background, the position and traffic information will come from the SkySafe app. Any traffic in the vicinity using a supported conspicuity device is visible on the Sky Demon screen. The Irish State Plan for Aviation Safety, SPAS 2023 to 2025, has been published. The IAA is inviting aviation stakeholders to consider the safety objectives of the plan as part of their own safety management systems and their own operations. The purpose of the SPAS is to outline to all stakeholders where the IAA Safety Regulation Division will target resources in the next 4 years to fulfil the state safety programme's aims of improving safety performance. A significant spike in Irish holidaymakers seeking the sun this summer has led Aer Lingus to use its larger transatlantic aircraft on short-haul routes to Faro and Malaga. The airline typically uses its smaller single-aisle Airbus A320 aircraft for European routes, which carry up to 174 passengers, but will use its A330 aircraft to accommodate Airbus A320 passengers where demand is present. This summer, because of strong demand in the European short-haul market, Aer Lingus has used its larger aircraft that have returned overnight from the US before they head back over the Atlantic later in the day. The company said that operating a larger Airbus A330 aircraft on these routes can cater for the high demand of the destinations during peak season. Updated schedules also show that Irish holidaymakers opt for brief trips to the European continent instead of Britain, with routes to regional airports reducing in demand. Jet2.com and Jet2 Holidays have announced significant expansions at Belfast International Airport for summer 24, with the launch of 2 brand new routes to Bodrum and Malta, and an extra aircraft coming into operation at the base to support the huge expansion. On the back of Jet2 Holidays announcing yesterday that it's now the UK's largest tour operator, the companies are investing in their Northern Ireland operation by adding a 4th based aircraft at Belfast International Airport for summer 24, with a bigger fleet giving customers more choice. In the next 2 years, new screening facilities at Cork Airport mean passengers won't have to take liquids or laptops out of their bags going through security. Dublin Airport has trialled such a system and will roll it out to all security machines eventually. Cork Airport Managing Director Niall McCarthy told the Oireachtas Transport Committee that further improvements would occur at the airport as he urged the government to revise state aid rules to allow it to be eligible for more support. Cork Airport and Shannon Airport put their cases before the committee for a change in state aid rules that would see them eligible for support under the Regional Airport Programme, which provides critical funding. Under current regulations, airports with 1 million passengers or fewer a year are eligible for these supports. Cork and Shannon, however, want that increased to the maximum allowed under EU rules to 3 million passengers a year. This year, Cork Airport expects to have 2.4 million passengers. Ryanair will hold a recruitment open day in the Davenport Hotel in Dublin city centre on Thursday next, the 23rd of February, from 12:30 to 7 o'clock in the evening. where you can learn more about the open roles across technology, products, digital, brand and communications, and sales and marketing through presentations and one-to-one sessions. Available positions vary from entry-level graduates to senior management. AerCap has announced that it has transported approximately 13 tonnes of humanitarian aid to Turkey following the recent earthquakes. Several humanitarian aid organisations will distribute it on the ground, providing help in the region. An Airbus A321 aircraft flew the freight from Rotterdam, including clothing, baby food and power generators. AerCap has also pledged a donation to Airlink, whose mission is to deliver critical aid to communities in crisis, supporting its humanitarian relief efforts in Turkey and Syria, and match monetary donations from AerCap employees as part of its matching donations programme. The Irish Aviation Student Association has announced their first Junior Aviation Networking event for 2023. They'll hold it on the 1st of March in-house in Limerick. Well, thanks to the success of their inaugural event in July 2017, they will once again bring together young aviation professionals to network, learn about the industry and share their experiences. They invite young individuals under 30 years of age with a full-time position in any aviation industry in Ireland or beyond to attend. Staying in Limerick, Limerick's Live 95 radio station reported that a new greenway connecting Shannon Airport to Limerick City has received a funding boost. €3.4 million was announced for the further development of Limerick's greenways. The funding includes $400,000 to extend its Riverside Path at UL to the National Technology Park in Castletroy and Anacotty, $2.5 million for further development of the Limerick Greenway, and $200,000 for the development of a new greenway between Patrickswell and Charleville. The development of a greenway from Shannon Airport to Limerick City has been described as critical to the economic development of the Midwest. It's hoped to assist Shannon Airport in becoming a prime destination for thousands of cycle tourists worldwide. And Knock handled 722,000 passengers last year. Ireland West Airport Knock is one of 6 airports in the country to have airline service, and it ended 2022 with 722,000 passenger movements, according to its own statistics. While that was 10% below 2019, its best year to date, it was still its 5th best year on record, albeit its lowest volume since 2016. Only served by Ryanair and Aer Lingus since 2020, following the end of the original Flybe, Knock is preparing to welcome its first London Heathrow service. American Airlines will restart 3 of its popular transatlantic routes this spring, bringing daily flights to Dallas-Fort Worth, Charlotte and Chicago back for Irish travellers. With demand for flights between Ireland and North America continuing to grow, the return of American's additional 3 seasonal daily flights alongside its year-round service to Philadelphia provides over 1,000 daily seats for customers flying to the US. Returning earlier this year than before, the routes launch on Dallas-Fort Worth April 4th, Charlotte May 4th and Chicago June 1st. The seasonal routes will operate until October 27th and American's Dublin-Philadelphia route continuing throughout the year. Ryanair say they remain open to launching new routes to and from Kerry, but for the moment flights to Berlin and Amsterdam stay off the menu. The reason for the axing of the Kerry-Berlin service is on the German side, where increased airport charges have stopped German passenger numbers from recovering at the same rate as the rest of Europe. This according to the airline's communications director, Dara Brady, commenting when he spoke to the Kerryman newspaper after the recent announcement of Ryanair's 2023 summer schedule for Kerry Airport. The popular route of Alicante in Spain will return from March 27th, but will operate with an increased frequency of 3 times a week this year. The route to Faro in Portugal's Algarve will return twice weekly from March 28th. The Kerry-Manchester route will increase from 2 to 3 days a week from March 26th. Shannon Airport has become the first Irish airport to take delivery of an electric medical response vehicle. The vehicle, called Rescue 14, replaces its diesel-powered model and will serve for emergency medical responses that may arise at the airport. They designed and built Rescue 14 to similar specifications as the National Ambulance Service vehicles and equipped it with a defibrillator, stretcher, medication bag and oxygen mask. The Shannon Airport Police and Fire Team, all pre-hospital emergency care council accredited emergency first responders, have already begun training on the new vehicle. Offaly-based Wilker Group built the new electric vehicle, applying their over 50 years of experience in designing, building and delivering ambulances and special vehicle conversions. IAC, based in Shannon, has selected Teruel Airport Consortium to develop and operate a new wide-body hangar facility at Teruel Airport in central Spain under a 25-year concession agreement. IAC has committed to developing this strategically located infrastructure, which will serve the company's new and existing aviation customers and provide Teruel Airport with its inaugural painting facility, creating an expected 80 new highly skilled jobs for the region. Cork-based WorkVivo is a software startup founded in 2017 by John Goulding and Joe Lennon. It developed workplace communication software and experienced significant growth in recent years, boosted by the pivot to remote working during COVID-19. They've announced a partnership with Ryanair that will see Ryanair employees use WorkVivo as their communication hub, where they can access the latest company news, posts and operational resources. They'll also use it for internal recruitment. Because of the partnership, WorkVivo's platform, branded in-house in Ryanair as Fleet Hub, will become the fulcrum of all communications within the airline for its over 19,000 employees in 90 locations across 37 countries. Ryanair plans to grow from 168 million passengers to 225 million per year by 2026. According to a leading Irish aviation chief, a recession is unlikely to ground air travel's continuing recovery from several years of pandemic curbs. Dublin-headquartered aircraft leaser Aviation confirmed on Thursday that revenues grew 9% last year to $2.9 billion, while it earned a $9 million profit. Aviation chief executive Andy Cronin predicted that global air traffic would hit pre-pandemic levels by June, driven by China's reopening from months of severe lockdowns. Speaking as Aviation published its annual results, Mr. Cronin said the recession predicted by many economists was unlikely to slow the continuing movement of a recovery sparked last year by the end of COVID curbs in Europe and the US. He pointed out the speed of last year's recovery, which caught many airlines and airports unaware, showed the importance that people place on the ability to travel. And finally, the flying adventures of Captain Paddy and Lucky continued last week as they sent us a message from 30 West on their way from Shannon to Boston and back on their first transatlantic crossing, as they continue to raise funds for Laura Lynn and Dogs Trust Ireland. More news on their long-haul adventures in next week's bulletin. And remember, if you have any aviation news that you'd like to share with us, include us in your news emails and send your stories to news@squawk7000.ie. Remember too, we have over 125 episodes of Squawk 7000 in the library, including our summer series of extended interviews with people from the world of aviation. If you're flying this week, fly safe. Talk to you next week.